Coach, can you give us an update on Dejanay?
Dejanay is day-to-day.
Day-to-day.
Oh, my God.
You think you'll see her before the All-Star break? Or?
I'm not sure. Leaning on our medical team, but as far as I know, any day.
Okay, and Arike was here today, Coach. Kurt said.
Yep, Arike's here. She practiced. She's good to go.
Coach, what can you do better to minimize the impact of Indiana's pick-and-roll offense going into Sunday?
Yeah, we've got to take some pride one-on-one and step up. Just have an edge and intensity about us, right? It's 2 games in a row on the road where offenses have been extremely comfortable. So it starts with our individual approach and in making the offense feel us. And then as far as our coverages go, just trying to mix it up. You're playing against elite guards and Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. So you've got to give them different looks, keep them off balance.
Coming into the season, a lot of the talk was how can Paige and Arike work together in the backcourt. We haven't really gotten to see them do that much. We saw a lot of the 2-man game today. What is kind of your goal now that they're both back? How do you want to see their games evolve, and how can they play off each other?
Yeah, just continue to grow on the floor with each other. Who's on the ball, who's off the ball, in actions together. Just continue to build that confidence and be able to put a ton of pressure on defenses, because the 2 of them have so much gravity and draw so much attention.
You have
just a lot of noise online surrounding the organization and everything. I mean, how do you block out just all of the outside chatter?
Yeah, I focus on our players, I focus on the people, and I focus on trying to be my best self every single day in ultimately trying to help them and serve. So I know I'm not perfect. I know everybody has an opinion, but if I can go to bed at night knowing that I'm working as hard as I possibly can to help these women be as successful as they can be, then I can sleep at night.
You have 2 games before the All-Star break. Is there any type of goals or anything you want to see? Are you trying to get to a certain point?
Yeah, totally. I want us to respond on the road right now, right? And narratives out there that we can't play on the road. Everyone's extremely comfortable. Players are having career highs. So we want to flip that script right here, go on the road right here in Indiana and show up with an intensity and a toughness. And then I want us to come back against Vegas, and I want us to build on our home momentum. It's 4 in a row at CPC. We're really making that place a tough place to play at home. So I've been loving the effort and the momentum at home, so I want to keep that as well. So 2 important games before the break.
When you scout, it's really easy to scout for the players that you expect to have those big games. And like you just mentioned, you've seen back-to-back games, players come that are averaging, I think, less than 6 points and have these big nights. How do you adjust the scout, or can you prepare for those kind of outliers?
Yeah, it's twofold, right? It's us having a feel on the floor in terms of, okay, they've hit a couple shots now, let's let them know that it's not going to be easy the whole night. And so that's individually wanting to step up to the plate and changing, just our level of intensity. And then as a coaching staff, are there different things that we can do to help the players? So it's twofold.
How have Tiara and Lisa been just getting reacclimated since coming back from your basket?
Yeah, they've got to be tired, right? Like they traveled so much, played a ton of games, logged a ton of minutes, and then come back and jump right into it. So I appreciate that they've just been powering through and giving everything they have to the team on and off the court.
As you start to get people back, is there an ideal situation, or how much do you want to see Paige have the ball in her hands and initiate? Obviously, you've had to get creative, but if everybody's back, you have a full roster, do you want to see her primarily with the ball in her hands, initiating the offense?
Yeah, I think we're still exploring a lot. Paige at the 1 as having the ball in her hands and being the primary, but I'd like to, JJ at the 1, and you got Arike and Paige on the wings as well. I think that can be a really dynamic lineup too. And so now you've added Haley as well, who can play the 1, the 3, and the 4. So you've got another facilitator that can put them off the ball. And when they're off the ball, you can move them, you can use them as screeners. You can just get even more creative. So everything is on the table, and just looking to continue to develop their confidence with each other in all of those different spots.
You had them doing push-ups out there at points.
I didn't have them doing anything. That's
okay.
their thing.
Okay, yeah.
We miss some layups. We turn the ball over. They hold themselves accountable. They do some push-ups. So.
I guess
Don't put that out there on me making them do that.
Fair. How did that come about?
We've had conversations about accountability and how we need to be better, and how it starts here on the practice court, and starts with me at the top being able to hold them accountable. But the best teams are peer-led, and they hold each other accountable. So that was, one of their things in terms of, all right, we're smoking layups around the rim and we're turning the ball over. Drop and give me 50.
Awesome.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank-
Well, we'll see.
Doesn't help. We saw you go through practice again today. How are you feeling? How good was it to get back on the court?
Yeah, I felt really good to get back with the team, feel their energy, give them my energy. I know I've been out, so just try to make my presence be felt, but it was really good to see them again.
Arike, it's 2 games before the All-Star break. Any personal things you want to try to accomplish? I know you're just coming back, but anything you want to try to focus on before the All-Star break?
Yeah, just getting some wins under our belt. I know we dropped 2, but then we were playing really well before that. So just try to get 2 under our belt, get a couple wins and reset. You know, everybody take some time away, then come back stronger for Seattle that Tuesday.
Indiana's perimeter defense really disrupted y'all's early offensive sets the last time. How are y'all looking to stay organized to get better quality looks?
Yeah, just watching film, seeing, you know, what they did well. They definitely were aggressive. They have great defenders in Ari, you know, she's a pest. So just figuring out ways to get open, you know, so we watched film on that, and you know, I think we'll be better for sure on Sunday.
I know the team dealt with injuries a lot last year too. What's it just been like for you to see that happening this year?
Yeah, it's tough. You know, obviously everybody wants to play. Everybody wants to be out there to help their team, and everybody, you know, we all want the players that are sitting out, obviously myself and other players, to be able to be there. But, you know, Godspeed, they'll be back better than ever. You know, hopefully after All-Star break, we'll have our whole team, you know, healthy. But, you know, we're blessed to still have 8 players that are healthy, that are able to compete, and, you know, we're able to play basketball. So all the people that are out, definitely hungry to be back on the court.
We saw those of you guys that have been out really getting excited for the rookies and enjoying watching them have success. What did you learn about kind of the game, especially of JJ and Zaza, as they kind of stepped into bigger roles?
I think you guys learned more than what we already knew. We've seen it in training camp. We know exactly what JJ and Za bring to the game. They're very good. They're going to be very good, you know, in the future. And I think them logging all these minutes as starters is definitely big for them. So, you know, whoever comes back, whenever people come back, whatever the lineups are, whether they're starting or on the bench, Za and JJ, they have those starting minutes under their belt. So they'll be a lot more confident, like I said, whether they're starting or coming off the bench.
You've been around the league for a while, obviously. What do you just think of with the increased growth, just the more criticism?
Yeah, that's what comes with it. More eyes, more people who feel the need to, you know, talk about it, whether it's good or bad, and that's going to happen regardless. The only discourse that I'm interested in and, you know, actually value is from my team and from my family. So, yeah, that's all that matters. But it's definitely great seeing the growth, and like I said, they're going to talk good or bad, but they're talking, so that's more promo.
Arike, what's fun about playing Caitlin Clark?
Playing in Indiana is great. They always, and I'm from Milwaukee, so I have family that can drive up there. Obviously went to Notre Dame and South Bend, so that's not a, you know, far drive. So just the energy that it is in Indiana is also always amazing. You know, she obviously brought a lot of fans to Indiana, but and their fans have been showing up, and they, you know, even watching it on TV, you see the environment that it is. It's definitely a fun environment, so the energy is going to be fun there.
And then how excited are you to get another shot at playing at AAC?
Well, that's going to be cool. It was a great first experience. The city came out for sure, so it's going to be definitely cool to run it back.
When you look at the post depth that you guys have now, you know, you think about playing with that full rotation. What do you think the advantages are having that much size and all of the post depth? So, like, we saw Lee hit a couple of threes the other game. You know, we've seen what Louisa and what Maisha and all of them can do. What advantage do they give you guys as you incorporate your new offensive sets with you back on the floor?
Yeah, just being able to play in and out, giving it to the post, letting them go to work. They kicking it out, letting the guards go to work. And I think once we get on the string and know, you know, when to get it in, when to get it to the guards, and we just figure out that type of flow, we'll be really good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Haley.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. How are y'all?
Good. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Haley, just kind of walk us through what your last couple of months have been like, and just the highs and lows, the emotions, and then the ability to put that aside and stay ready.
Yeah. It's been a roller coaster. Yeah, I didn't really expect my third year to go like this, but I think it's just like I've gotten time at home to reconnect with my people and really like find the joy and love of basketball and understand what I can bring and just have time to work on my game. So like there's always two sides that I could have just sat in the wall and been like, oh my gosh, I suck. Like, let me just sit at home and not do anything. But I took it and I wanted to work on my game, and with every opportunity that I got, I was able to go out there and show something great. And I think show new skills that I've been working on, like my free ball and just being more aggressive Being here in Dallas has been really fun. Last game I got to play 1, 2, 3, 4, just like I used to do. So just getting to be empowered to be my versatile self and be a threat from a variety of positions offensively and be a menace defensively. So yeah, it's just been staying ready, trying to stay positive with things, having my close circle to keep me grounded. But it has been a lot, obviously, and very emotional. But I'm really excited to be here.
You mentioned that versatility going back to your Stanford days. Then you had practices and you had opportunity to work and to do the scouts. You got off the plane and went to shoot around pretty much. How hard is that for you to make that adjustment, pick up that scout? And what do you think enables you to do it so successfully?
Yeah, well, I think coming into Chicago, it was crazy. It's a really quick turnaround. But the girls have always been so welcoming. The coaching staff and giving me extra film sessions or texting me things that morning just to give me extra insights. And last time I was in Dallas, I played strictly the 4, and then we shoot around. Chris was like, all right, Haley, you take the ball. And Haley, you're doing this. I was like, okay, so we're adding more to the plate. But I think it just shows the confidence that they have in me, and that makes me feel great. So yeah, they make it easy.
I think it's so cool that you have obviously a circle that keeps you positive minded. But for those people and those players who are in your same situation, who get let go and then invited back, how can that really truly affect you all mentally if you're not mentally prepared for that?
Yeah, I mean, getting waived is a humbling experience, especially for me and being in a place that drafted me. I'm thinking I'm going to be there for a bit. So, it definitely gives you an ego check for sure. And it makes you question yourself and think okay, am I not good enough? I think there's also, Diamond DeShields spoke about it, there's a sense of embarrassment around it where it's all these people, now they think that you suck, or all these outside opinions. And so it's definitely I felt that bit of embarrassment. And for me, it was packing up, moving back home across the country for a bit. And you're okay, I haven't lived at home since high school. So now I'm getting those dynamics with my parents again. They're empty nesters. So it's just a lot of things hit you at once. And you just kind of uproot your whole life. So yeah, it's really hard. But I think, I don't know. I just went back to the people who've always known me, listen to those experiences, hop off social media for a bit, live my life, be present. And then with that, buying into what my trainers are saying, working a lot, staying in shape so that when I do get places, I'm not huffing and puffing when I get out there. I'm able to get into the flow of things. And also, it's hard to watch W games that first weekend when you're waived and you're at home. And so I'm I don't want to turn on the TV and watch that. But then it's okay, I'm with the mindset where I want to be picked up, and so I have to be ready for that opportunity. So even though it hurts, and it's damn, I should be out there, I could be out there, you still got to watch and stay ready so that wherever you do get the call, you kind of know the system, you know what they're doing.
Before you entered the league, were you aware of this reality, just of people moving and coming and going?
Yeah, you're aware of it, but you never think it's going to be you. So you're oh yeah, that happens. Not me though, I'm safe. But then it happens. It happens to I don't know, it happens to anybody. Number 1 picks have been waived. Just these people, that people, So it's a crazy league. I think that's just kind of how it is right now. So you have to be ready, and you have to have that mindset and that mental toughness to keep pushing through it and understand just what you want out of it. And I think that's the big thing. When I got waived, and a lot of people get waived, it's okay, how bad do I really want it? So that's your time to be okay, maybe this isn't for me. Okay, now I'm going to grind and lock in and be ready for the next thing.
It's one thing to get an offer from a team, but you have to probably be a little bit choosy, right? You want a long-term opportunity. What was it about Dallas giving you that call back that made you want to come here?
Yeah, so it was crazy. Signing the hardship in Phoenix, and it's so interesting. And I think also people outside of the W don't know what the hardships are. So when they see you get picked up waived, it's damn, she not good? Or is she just crapping the bed wherever she goes? I'm no, I get home and they're oh, you got waived again? I'm no, I was there for this person, and then they got back. So it's not So it's really hard to hear all these different narratives being said about yourself. But yeah, here I had a great experience, and then the Eurobasket people came back, had to leave, and so if they did want to sign me, I have to do 10 days. I was learning all these things that was happening, but getting the call from Kurt, I was okay, cool. Is this going to be long term? I'm not trying to come back and forth. So understanding it's a long term opportunity, I was yeah, I would love to be there. I love the girls, got to reconnect with Dejanay and all these different things. So Dallas was a really exciting opportunity. I think I can help in a lot of different ways. I can be impactful, bring something different. So it just seemed like the right fit.
You're kind of active on social media. I've seen you post on a couple of different things. You kind of touched on it. There's a lot of noise. There's been a lot of noise coming from outside about the organization, about the coach, about all of these different things. You as a vet now, but still a young person, how do you absorb that when it's about you or about the organization you're going to sign with?
Yeah, still a young person. I just turned 24. Don't do that. But yeah, it's definitely hard. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Didn't see that one first. it's definitely hard. Like, there's so many narratives being said about yourself, and it's like I want to hop on Twitter and just hop on blast, be like, no, you're wrong, or da-da-da. But it's also like, these people don't know me. They don't talk to me. They've never met me before. So like, why should I let their narrative of me influence how I see myself? And I've never been the type of person to seek that external validation. So like, if it's positive or negative, I'm not really looking. And I stick to who I said, like my people. That's who I listen to. That's who I look for to give me opinions. They keep me humble enough as it is, so I don't need to be out there and be ego checked all the time. So I think it's hard to definitely bite your tongue sometimes, but also understand when you do speak up for yourself. So it's always finding that balance, and I think I'm still learning that.
So looking ahead into Sunday's game, the last time you all played them, they really set the tone early on with physical defense. How are you all looking to just kind of match that intensity right at the tip?
Well, I think one thing that we talked about in film today was not matching it, but we're being the aggressor. So we're throwing that first punch, not being like, okay, Indy's going to come with this and that. So we have to know it's Dallas is coming with this on Sunday. We need to be ready. They're going to need to match our energy. So I think it's just kind of flipping that mindset to be on the other end of things. Because, I mean, we got punched in the mouth, then you see us come back in the third, fourth, but we shouldn't have to dig ourselves out of that hole. So it's just coming out with a different energy and having that to match us.
How do you guys feel about the increased amount of attention on women's basketball? I know that a lot of criticism comes with that. So I guess, like, what do you think about that?
I mean, I think it's just where our game is going. Like, more eyes are on us. I think it started happening since NAL came into the picture in college, and it was more on the college game, and now it's more on the W. So it's really exciting to be a part of that. But yeah, more eyes come, more critics, more keyboard warriors, trolls on the internet, whatever it is. And so I think it's just filtering what's important to you, what you listen to. Yeah, I think it's great. Like, I think now that we're at the point where there are so many haters, it's like, all right, we're there now. Because that's how all the other, like, big sports are, and that's how all their coverage is. So, like, you know, we take it with what it is, take it as a grain of salt, and keep it pushing. Cool. All right, thank you.